talking about how to get rid of tension when you sing. Now, you guys, this is incredibly important because tension is the enemy of the singer. And when I say that, hear me, okay? Because your whole body is your instrument, not just your vocal cords, right? Not just your larynx. And so if there is tension going on anywhere in the body, then you are not the most open channel for sound in that form of energy to be able to travel that energy in that form of sound to your audience to make the biggest impact. Okay, so we're talking about tension that comes in and constricts that most open channel of energy. Could be jaw tension, tongue tension, neck tension, throat tension, in and around your ribs locking, and torso tension, right? And so I want to come in here today and give you a few little of my favorite hacks for each of these different 4 types of tension that I see the most: neck, tongue, jaw, throat, to help you kind of get under the thing and start to undo it. So let's talk about the reason why tension is there in the first place. Now, you guys, tension is your body's reaction generally to a thought in your mind. Just think about it, right? Like if you are anxious about a test that you have to take and you're scared of it, or you're anxious about it, your body tenses. You get the thing in your stomach that goes, you might get a tension headache, right? The tension is your body's response to trying to control an outcome. Body wants you to succeed. It doesn't want you to lose what you have or not get what you want, right? So just understand that when we're talking about tension in the body in singers, there is a physiological component to it, and there's also a psychological component to it. And as you know me, like we train holistically here. It's always mindset, skill set, heart set, yeah? But today, I'm going to be talking more about some physiological things and exercises that you can do when you're practicing, when you're doing your warm-up, to address the physiological side of the tension. But just know that if you're only addressing the physiological side of the tension and you're not addressing the psychological side of the tension, meaning what is the thought that you're thinking that's making you tense when you sing, then it's going to be very difficult for you to annihilate these tensions in the long run. So just giving you that piece today, that we're going to work primarily on the physiological, and the mindset is something that we'll do in another piece. Or you guys should come to our Pro Singer workshop that's starting next week. We're going to be doing a ton of mindset there. Okay. So let's just kind of go down the body here. So let's start with jaw. So jaw tension is something that a lot of singers get, and it's pretty common, unfortunately. And so here's a little thing that I love to tell our singers in our intensive training program to help them start to identify what's going on in their jaw and how they can start to inhibit it. So when we're talking about technique and the physiology of tension 9 times out of 10 is a response to improper breath support. If your body does not feel 100% supported in the lower support where it should be, other parts of your body, namely your neck, your throat, your jaw, your tongue, are going to try to come in to compensate, to support the sound in the absence of that lower support. And so they tense and they grab and they control. So to understand exactly what's going on with your support, if you're locking your jaw, you're never really going to, well, not just your jaw, any part of the tension, you're never going to really fully understand the lack of support that you are missing in the other part of your body. So to talk to jaw support for a second, what I want you to play with is I want you to find a gentle smile, and then I want you to let your jaw hang. And it's gonna, this is what we call dumb jaw. Okay, find a smile, I'll let your jaw hang. And then with your jaw being super slack and super loose and soft and relaxed, I want you to move your jaw over with your hand. So you're gonna go like this. Okay? So I'm not taking my jaw and moving it over. My jaw is soft and I'm using my hand to move it over. Okay? Now, with that, I'm gonna do a siren. I'm gonna go, ah. And if you have a lot of jaw tension, you will notice that your jaw will fight you. It will fight your hand. It will not want to stay over. It's going to try to go like this. It's going to try to control the sound. Okay. So your job is to let your jaw be soft, give your jaw over to your hand, and instead, with your jaw disabled, okay, over to the side, either side, doesn't matter, bring your focus back to your lower support. And if you don't really know what you should be doing with your lower support, come to our masterclass series. It starts a week from today on the 10th. 9 days. We're going to deep dive into breath support, guys. This is free online. So you guys understand there's a better way to train, okay? I'm going to put the link in the chat as we go along, but I just want you to know, if you're like, well, Arden, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing with my support, come get that training and get that information. Leaning on the support while the jaw is out of the picture. Because if I can't use my jaw, I have to support the sound some way, and I'm going to have to be forced to go to my lower lean of support. So that's something that you can do that's diagnostic. And then you can go the other way. And you can do your exercises. Because we don't want the jaw going, That's over control. That's tension. You don't need your jaw to move your tongue. Right? I can do that here. But if you try to do that and you notice your jaw is fighting you, okay. So come back to the moment of your support, turn it over to the lower body, and this will relax if that support is online. So that's jaw. And I noticed Harsh had a question. Can we lift our jaw up while singing high notes? You never want to force your jaw to do anything. You never want to force it down. You never want to force it up. The jaw, you do not need your jaw to sing. High notes, low notes, anything. Jaw does not need to be involved. Jaw is just hanging out, dumb and soft. I can sing high notes, low notes, it doesn't matter. And my jaw is like not involved. So just as a general rule, guys, jaw not involved. Okay. If your jaw is getting involved, it's because the part of your body that should be supporting the sound, namely your lower support, is not doing what it needs to do. So your jaw is trying to come in to help. Okay. So that's a little diagnostic hack for jaw tension. Now let's move down the body. Let's talk about tongue. So a lot of singers have tongue tension and they don't realize it because most of you are not super present to your tongue or what your tongue is doing. So I want you to take your thumb and you're going to put it right under here because you can feel, if you gently go like this, you can feel the root of your tongue. And I want you to swallow and you'll feel your tongue move in that swallowing motion, okay? So you're going to put your thumb under here, and then you're just going to sing something. We can sing a simple 5-note ah, or you can do it in your head voice, ah, and I want you to notice what you feel under your thumb. Do you feel your tongue pressing down on your thumb like you did when you were swallowing? That kind of grabbing, pressing motion. If you feel that, that is tongue tension. When I have my thumb under here, I feel a little vibration, but I don't feel my tongue bearing down and pressing on my thumb. Tongue tension, the sound that it creates in the extreme is what I call the Kermit the Frog sound. So, you know, if you're Kermit, hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. If you do that sound and you put your thumb under your neck or your chin by your tongue, you will feel that, you can see it here. I'm like, right? It's that sound, right? And that is your tongue tensing and bearing down and pulling back and trying to make the sound a certain way, like, you know, make it sound maybe richer or fuller or more bright or whatever. The classic example of a very well-known singer who sings with a ton of tongue tension is Shakira. Shakira's sound, my hips don't lie, it's all here. Okay, so if you notice that you have tongue tension, you're going to put your finger back under here, say, and you're not going to press up, you're just gently there as a monitor so you can feel, okay? And you're going to do the 5-note scale again. Ah. And if you feel your tongue start to bear down, you're just going to wiggle your thumb a little bit to give that tongue, because that's where the root of your tongue is, to give that tongue a little bit of softness, a little reminder that it can just spread out over your thumb and that it doesn't need to control the sound. But again, like I said, 90% of tension is a response to improper breath support, and that the sound is not being supported where it should be in the lower abdominal's body of support. And so now your tongue is trying to pull back and down and trying to control the sound. Or also, if your breath support is not good as you rise in pitch, odds are you're flooding, you're pushing air to push the pitch up, and the body doesn't like that amount of air because it doesn't take a lot of air to sing. And so now the tongue is pulling back and down to create a dam to prevent all that air from flooding out. So again, hand under here, give a little wiggle with your thumb just to remind the tongue that it doesn't need to work, and do your scale. Soft, okay? So that's a good diagnostic and way to kind of play with tongue tension. Okay, now throat tension, neck and throat. My favorite hack for neck and throat tension, and some of you may have seen me do this if you've watched some of our videos or come to any of our master classes, is turning your head. So again, if your neck and throat are constricting and locking when you sing, especially as you get higher in your range, if you notice you do this a lot, to try to, right? Again, it's a symptom of that your breath support is not efficient. It's not working for you. But as long as you keep grabbing here, as long as you keep grabbing in the jaw, as long as you keep grabbing in the tongue, wherever your tension is, the lower part of the body is like, oh, peace out. I don't need to do the thing. You got it up here. And so it will never do what it needs to do. It will never get the feeling of knowing what that consistent support is like, because it's like, oh, cool. You're doing it, jaw. Peace out. Or you're doing it, neck. Great. I don't need to do it. So in doing these things that I'm showing you, it disables your security blanket. These tensions act like your security blanket. So move your head. Move your head. You physically cannot lock your neck or tense your neck if your head is moving. And then you are going to sing whatever it is. You can do the same exercise. You can do it in any key you want. Now, those of you who have a lot of neck tension, this is what's going to happen. You're going to stop moving because you're trying to control the rise in pitch from here. And then you notice, oh my goodness, that's the moment where I need more lower support because I'm doing it here instead of down there, right? Yes, Zorro, this is gold, okay? And this is the tip of the iceberg. Like, this is just the stuff this is the tip of the iceberg. You guys don't even know. Come to the masterclass series. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to give you the link right now. I was going to wait till the end, but why the heck not? Let me give this to you right now. This is the link where you can register. If you're not already registered, do it, because we're going to dive into, like, if you think this is gold, like, trust me, this is nothing. Link to register for masterclass series. Okay, let me put it into the other one because we're live on a couple places. Okay, there we go. So back to the gold. Thank you, Zorro. This is diagnostic. If you cannot continue to move while you sing, then your body is showing you where your lack of support is, right? You're trying to support here instead of down there, okay? So in disabling your security blanket, right, it forces you to go and use your downward, outward lean of your appoggio. I can keep going, or I can do it as a belt. Because I don't need my neck, okay? the first thing when it comes to undoing tension is to understand, number one, where the tension is in your body. Number two, to understand when it happens. Do you notice that you get tense as you rise in pitch? Do you notice that you get tense when you're switching registers? A lot of singers, tension comes in jaw, neck, tongue, wherever, when you're in the moment of transition in passaggio, transitioning from head to chest or back, because you get nervous around transition. And so then body goes, right? So start to notice when you're in the tension, and then use these little hacks that I gave you today to inhibit the tension so that you can turn over the support to where it really belongs, which is down in the lower part of your body. And if you need help doing that, come to the masterclass, right? So you guys, this is live, this is interactive, this is hands-on, this is deep diving into higher levels of game-changing support. I can't tell you how many professional singers, and I don't just mean breath support, I mean support, like get to the next level of your voice, get to the next level of your career. I can't tell you how many singers are out there, professional singers working, hustling, trying to get to the next level, and they're being sabotaged and waylaid by things like tension, right? How many times you go into an audition and it never sounds as good as it did when you were in your house, because in the audition, you're all tensed up, because that's a mindset thing. You don't want to fail. And so now your body is going to try to force it and prevent you from failing by, I'm going to do this, right? And that looks like tension. I'm going to do that high note. I'm going to prove that high note. Lock. And now you've created the very bad high note that you were trying to prevent in the first place. So these things, mindset, skill set, they're all related. And we're going to get into this next week in the masterclass series. So it's 90 minutes a day. 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. We record everything, so if you can't make every session, you can still watch the recordings. You won't miss anything. But I do this for you guys, and it's free. So don't be like, if you don't come and this is free, and you're one of those singers who's like, nobody ever supports professional singers, everybody's out there just trying to, be out for themselves, like, and you don't come to this, then you cannot complain. Don't be one of those singers who complains that nobody ever supports up-and-coming artists. And then when something is offered like this for free, don't come. Oh my God, right? Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. I'm going to hardcore you guys, because you can up level, but you have to show up to the change that you want to be. You have to show up to the results that you want to see. So I do this for you guys for free, because I am so tired of talented singers not getting where they want to go in their voice and their career, because you don't know these very straightforward but never talked about techniques, guys. These are high level. These are game changing. And we're doing 360. We're doing skill set. We're doing mindset. We're doing artistry. Like, this is the tripod upon which a successful singing career stands. Skill set, mindset, artistry, otherwise known as technique, mindset, artistry, right? And if you think about a tripod, what happens to a tripod with a wobbly leg? It falls down. Most of you have been trying to build your singing career on a wobbly tripod, which is why you are stuck. One, if not more, of the legs of this tripod are not rock solid and bulletproof. And then you complain that you don't get into the callbacks of auditions, that nobody listens to your records, that you're not getting the gigs that you're putting yourself out there for, because you don't know what you don't know. And so that's what we're going to be training on next week in the masterclass series. So don't miss it. I hope I will see you all there. And yeah, I will see you next week as well. All right, you guys, have a great week. Bye.